and he is the winner of the South Florida Championship League, right? Murphy
No,
Gonzalez does
the Super Fight Championship League.
Super Fights, yeah, Super Fight Championship League. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm
It's
so
all good,
bad
brother.
with words. Right. Okay, but Murphy has been doing these events now for a few years now. And they're action packed set
Mm-hmm.
fights. And you won. You were the power ring winner, and you won
Yep.
your continuous match. And congratulations, number one,
Thank
on
you,
that.
brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Now it was a continuous fight, right?
Continuous. Yeah. Real exciting. Real
And
exciting.
yeah, that's cool, and it's pretty cool because Brian Fontanez, that was your opponent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys are really, I seen you. I'm familiar with you guys fighting, point fighting, right? But
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
how did it come about to agreeing on the continuous?
So the idea of the super fights came up, and as Sensei Murphy now is the head instructor here at the Haines City Sport Karate Center. So
Hmm.
we were training, and he brought up the fact, and I told him, hey, I'm interested in maybe doing a super fight or doing something, maybe a team fight with some other adults. And I know Brian was the co-main event on the last super fights that were in, if I'm not mistaken, it was Del Rey,
Yeah, Del
and he was
Rey.
the co-main event for a super fight versus Jarvis, which is actually my teammate.
Yeah, they had good fights too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a real good fight. It was very exciting. And so when the offer was brought up, and they were looking for other heavyweight adult fighters, and they asked him if he wanted to do a super fight, and actually he ended up then saying, no, a continuous fight is what I would want. So then they asked
Oh,
me, you want continuous? I said, continuous super fight? I don't care. Let's do it.
that's cool. That's cool,
Yeah.
man. Hey, that's awesome. So, all right. So now, do you train continuous or before that? Like, were you
At the
training at all?
school, we train continuous, we
Yeah.
train point, we train everything, man. Two versus one, three versus one. You could put a bull in front of us, and that's how we train here at Haines City.
So you're used to that. You're used to
Yeah,
that.
we train both because our philosophy is our continuous helps our point fighting, and then
Yeah.
our point fight also helps our continuous. So they work hand in hand, they work together.
Yeah, man. Like back in the days when continuous kind of started, I think almost everybody did both, right? And then you just
Yeah,
started seeing only the point fighter that want to just focus on point fighting. But if you think about it, some of the best fighters did continuous. I'm talking about Raymond Daniels too. Raymond
hmm
Daniels, I remember seeing him do continuous when he
yep.
was younger. Borelli, Jason Borelli. I think Jack Felton. I mean, there's a lot of good
There's a
fighters
lot of
that
them.
did
Yeah, as
continue.
a junior, that was my life, man. Weekends, just sit
Yeah,
on YouTube, look
man.
up the U.S., the England Opens, the Irish Opens, all those
Yeah.
kind of things. Just sit and watch and study. And Raymond Daniels is actually one of my idols. Watched him for a long, long time. So,
Yeah, man. Hey, so a lot of times, the way it works for me is like what continuous sparring, right? Training.
hmm
It helps your point fighting, right? As far as like I would say following up, right?
yeah,
Following up.
the definition I would give it is it gives you that kind of killer mentality. Like
Yeah,
don't be happy with that one body punch. Hit the body punch, back fist, come with a ridge hand. It helps to let your body go a little bit more. But like at the
yeah.
same time, you gotta train. If you're training point fighting alone, you still gotta practice those follow throughs. But the continuous does help.
Yeah, man. And that was I mean, before there was more like back in the I would say even up to the early 2000s, you could follow up, boom, boom, right, and score, right, and it's okay
hmm
as long as you're like hitting until unless you're done with your punch, right,
Exactly.
before the judges finish saying stop. So before I remember me and my brother would fight, would be like, okay, mate, keep going until you hear like stop or right before, right?
It works that way. I understand at the same time where the judging and the official comes from because you want to protect the other fighters and
Yeah.
things like that. But as a fighter, I mean, you can understand. You
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
get
yeah,
in
yeah.
there and you want to finish and you want to get those good clean techniques in. So I
That's
understand where
right.
they're coming from. But as a fighter's point of view, I agree with you that you would want to go until they're pulling you off basically.
Yeah, before you could get away with that, like right, get an extra shot as long as you get it before they say stop. But now
Exactly.
that could be a penalty or warning, so it's changed. So maybe that's why you don't see as much following up as before. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like I said, I'm sure it's more for protecting the fighters. You can extend your career a little bit longer now, and
That's true.
because it kind
Yeah.
of gives the people who they want that rough and tough continuous to stick with that, and the point sport karate fighters work on still rough, but cleaner and harder techniques on one
Yeah.
blow. So you know,
Yeah, man. And then, of course, for continuous point fighting, it teaches you not to get hit, the footwork, and the speed,
exactly
right? So that's
how to
something
get
that
in and
even,
out, all that good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that's great for kickboxers or wanting to get that from point fighters or like MMA fighters too. There's a lot of those
Definitely.
guys that hire point fighters now because of that. So it's great. Of course, it makes sense for continuous as well.
Yeah,
But go ahead, go ahead.
no, there's plenty of like because I'm really into like all combat sports, have it be boxing, kickboxing, MMA, whatever it is. And you see some in their interviews, they say, "Oh, we brought in these karate guys. You guys are familiar with Yoel Romero. Actually, Sensei Murphy is one of his fighters,
Yeah, yeah.
Leo. They actually brought
Leo.
him in to help him out a little bit and years back for a fight. So it works that they work on that blitz and it helps them to prepare for that quick explosion and different things like that. So I
Yeah.
mean, just because we're point fighters doesn't mean we don't know how to fight.
Yeah, I think that could be something that MMA is always evolving, and that's cool. And then you see that
hmm
Tyrone Woodley too. He brought in Avery Plowden and Almeida
Exactly.
from Orlando.
hmm
Raymond Daniels trains with some MMA UFC fighters after, of course, seeing how he is. So
Exactly. The
it's
man, the
cool.
goat.
Yeah. Now back to point fighting now, right? This is where I'm the most impressed with you because I've been seeing you since last year, going and competing. I think at every single
hmm
tournament, and I could see
Yeah,
like
every single one.
I see a hunger inside you. You know what I mean? There's a hunger that you want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be the best, and like you're gonna be there no matter what. There's like I see like you don't care. You're coming at every tournament. Nothing's gonna stop you, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Until you get that.
What I would define, between like the ending of 2019 and 2020, it's like my rookie season since I did compete as a junior up until 2015, and then I didn't compete up until this last season starting in
Yeah,
the Blitz circuit. So it's like for me, this is my rookie season as an adult, as a black belt, because you think as a junior, oh, I know it all, and then someone like I get like a Sensei Murphy comes in and humbles me and teaches me, hey, bro, you still got a lot to learn, and every day that I come in, I train at the school, we work towards it, but the goal is just to fight the best and treat each exchange like it's its own fight. Maybe I didn't win the last exchange, but I'm gonna get the next one. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. Try to get as much experience as possible. I mean, you've seen me in the tournaments. I'll fight the lightweights, the middleweights,
yeah, yeah,
heavyweights. It's been, kind of rare have them come in. The beginning of the season was more full. Well,
yeah,
obviously with all this craziness of the pandemic, it hasn't been so full in my division. But hey, I got to put the work in with somebody. It's
yeah,
about
man.
putting the
Yeah,
rounds in the mat.
yeah, man, for sure. But you're getting better. You could see the improvement
Thank
at
you,
every
sir. Thank
turn.
you.
So keep it up. And now
Definitely.
you training with Murphy.
hmm
You're on a VFS as well, the
Yep.
competition team,
The
and
national.
so but a lot of people. I was gonna say your father, right? Diego Hernandez, your instructor. He's not your dad, right?
Yeah,
He's just
everyone says
yeah,
man, that's like your son. It's me and him have a long, long relationship. I actually met him when I was 11 down in Miami. I don't know if you're familiar with Rafael Ramos,
yeah, yeah,
Juliana
yeah, yeah,
Ramos'
yeah,
father. That was
yeah,
actually the person who brought me into martial arts, and we used to live on the same street. So there's always those roots, and they end up connecting you somehow with somebody else. And he came to Miami to teach at the school when I was about 11. I was still an intermediate, and he came in and kind of we really connected because I have that like hard, I like to get pushed, and when you're thinking about giving up, that the instructor's like, no, you got to give me two more, and then okay, last one, and then no, the next one is the last one. So he has that kind of style of teaching, so we always had that good relationship. And as the years went on, at the school I was teaching at Ultimate Academy in Miami with Master Ramos. And with time, I was looking for a different environment, different things to get into, different sides and different branches into karate.
yeah.
And that's when I saw Diego was looking for an instructor back in 2018. And I called him up and I said, "Hey, you need an instructor?" He said, "You know somebody?" I told him it's me.
Wow,
And he said, "Let's go, let's go." And like 2 weeks later, I left my house at 20 years old. I moved out.
wow.
I got my own place up here in Haines City, and was renting rooms for a little while, but making it happen to move forward in my career. And definitely it helped me, come over here and get that big step, becoming like the head instructor at a certain point. He would jump on the mat, but then as he saw the potential I had, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. I'm gonna give you a little bit more. And at a certain point, I was the head, one of the head instructors here, teaching all the classes. I had about 4 to 5 classes a day, teaching between our after school program and our summer camps and our regular classes at night. And then now this year, at the beginning of 2020, if I'm not mistaken, is when Sensei Murphy jumped in, and the school
Yeah.
just keeps on leveling up and leveling up. But man, every day
Man,
we come in and we work hard.
let's talk about that now. The now Haines City, right? Haines City. Where exactly is Haines City? Is it by
That's what
Orlando?
everybody asks me. Where's Haines City at? We
Is it
got a
by
bunch of
Orlando?
people from Haines City. Where's Haines City? So Haines City, I would say the easiest way to kind of get people to understand that it's like 45 minutes to 50 minutes south of Orlando.
Okay.
So everybody, if you're, if you're familiar with US 27, down South Miami, South
Oh
Florida, it's
yeah.
Okeechobee.
Okeechobee. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you take that Okeechobee all the way up, and you're gonna ride right through Haines City, and we're actually located right in downtown. So we got City Hall next to us. We got great food. Obviously there's a lot of different martial arts schools, but not to put anybody else down, but man, we got the biggest facility. We obviously have world champion coaches. This is what we're working on. We have people coming in now from up from Orlando. We have students that
Wow.
drive from Brandon two, three
Yeah.
times a week to come
Wow.
train here. We have Mia Shoot that drives from Fort Myers, almost drives over here 2 times a week to
Avery,
train with
right?
Sensei Murphy. Avery from Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale. We do Saturday trainings, and obviously, his grandparents make the effort every time they can, and they'll drive up, train 2 3 hours, and drive back the same day. That's commitment. That's that
Yeah.
love for the sport that we have here, and we've built that family
You guys
tradition
have a
here.
culture. You guys have a culture for sure there that you've
Definitely,
built. So that's
definitely,
like,
yeah.
and you guys are opening up another school. I heard
Yeah,
that you're
Diego
looking
just,
for more
it's
instructors.
in the works. It's in the works, and he posted it today. And we're looking at the, if I'm not mistaken, the Lake Wells area. We're looking,
Wow.
since Diego's looking to open a second location because it's getting to a point where we're packed up here, and we want to start
Wow.
expanding and spreading the knowledge and that tradition, that culture that we have. So
Hey, that's really cool because also Diego's giving opportunities to a lot of to some to instructors out there like you, Murphy. You guys are going up there, you're thriving, and it's all working together. He must be great to work with too. He's got
no,
like,
man. The,
yeah,
the the way I see it, it's he's the kind of guy where it's like if you're coming in and you're willing to put the hours in and willing to work with him, he's gonna build you up together. He's not the guy that's like I'm gonna get in and get out for a quick buck. If it's like if you're here and you're gonna put in the work with me, we put in hours here. We'll come in Saturdays and we got to do a deep cleaning. Hey, let's do it. We got to paint. Let's do it as a team, And then after we'll go and we'll enjoy some tacos. We'll enjoy a couple drinks here and there. So we work together and we enjoy together as a family as well. So it's a really good culture that we've built here. To
that's
have it be in
amazing.
Haines City, Lake Wales, Winter Haven, wherever maybe we pop up at. You never know.
Hey, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Now, all right. So Murphy's been there since the beginning of the year, and you know, his workouts are pretty grueling, right?
Oh man, tell me about it. There's some days where you get home and you're like, dude, he freaking killed me today. But then you wake up the next day and you're like, all right, let's do it again. I want to see how far I can push myself because the way he sees it, he's like, his motto. The first day he came in, he explained this, and it's like it stuck with me, and I'm pretty sure I'll use it for the rest of my career. He's like, I don't train little girls, little boys, big guys, little guys, white belts or black belts. He's like, I train martial artists. If you're a martial artist, I'm gonna put you to train. So we put our beginners to do drills that we have our advanced students do. We have our intermediates doing things that our advanced students do because we're not gonna, oh, let's give you a little here, a little there, a little there. It's like, if you're gonna come and train, we're gonna put you to train so that when you end up coming full circle, have it
Yeah.
be a black belt, have it be you become a fighter or whatever it is you do, you feel confident in everything. From day one, we're gonna push you here definitely. We're not about, hey, it's your first week, just do the best you can and stuff like that. We'll give you a first day off, and then the second day you're here, hey, let's go, let's get to work. That's how it is here.
Hey, the family culture you guys got going there. I was gonna ask you this question, but I'm kind of starting to see why and how you guys are able to do it too. Not the family. You guys are like thriving right now, and like basically a lot of Miami's still kind of like a little lockdown. Like Florida's that has like the most cases in the United States, right? But
Yeah,
Haiti
man.
City, you guys, what is it? What is you guys are packed? You're gonna open another school.
I
I'm
mean,
hearing all these things, like great things about it. Of course, family culture, of course, but other schools have that. But what is it that you guys are doing that a lot of people are
I mean,
not
I can't give
doing?
you it all. I can't give it all to you. I
Yeah,
can give you a little here and there, but
yeah,
man, it's like when we had to close, it was like we were calling people, and it was like, hey, we're gonna have to close because there's nothing we can do, and we got to keep our community safe. But dude, we would call people and be like, hey, how you guys doing? Do you guys need anything? We tried to do a couple of online trainings and things like that, but it's like we treat every student, have it be it's your first day or your second year here, we treat you like if you're
yeah.
family. You come in and, when the kid comes in, we always offer that free trial. We always have the parents be very involved. When we do the class, we interact with the parents as well. So, we'll throw a couple jokes here and there and have the parents kind of get into it. So it's it's not something in particular we're doing. It's just you have to be here. You have to be here to
Yeah,
understand
I
it.
know
It's
what
an
you're saying. Like
energy. It's just a vibe.
it's like you said earlier, we're not going for that fast buck, right? Diego's trying, he's really cares, and he's trying to be the best that he could be at doing at
Hmm.
this, right? And then that's really the secret to everything, right? Like when I talk to a fighter and they're like, I want to be on a team, how do I get sponsored? And I just tell them, just be your best, train hard, win,
Exactly.
have a good character, and basically that's how you get there. And the same thing with the school. Care about your students' relationships, right? You call them up
Yeah, we
regularly.
were
Yeah,
calling, we were
yeah.
texting, emailing, we would post on Facebook and be like,
Caring.
hey,
Yeah,
send us videos of you guys training at home. We want you guys to stay active. Like I said, we tried to do a couple of online trainings,
yeah,
but, we were like, hey, we don't want to look at it like we didn't accept the whole, oh, this is the new normal. We have our normal. We live our lives the same. We take our extra precautions with our
yeah.
cleanings, and we make sure that the parents wear face masks, or whoever's waiting on the side wears their face masks and different things like that. We follow all the recommendations that the CDC and WHO, whatever it is that they put out. But we didn't want to put that mentality into our families' heads, like, hey, the world is upside down. Yeah, maybe outside the dojo, have your worries, and, you got to make sure you stay safe and things like that. But when you come through that door, leave all that outside, and, just be a little bit more
Trust.
relaxed here.
Yeah,
Just trust
trust.
us. We're
Yeah,
here to
that's it.
work. We're here, when you come in, you're going to be in a clean facility with good
Yeah,
instructors. We're going to do the best we can to help everybody. Have it be if you're younger, if you're a young one. We have the Little Dragons class that I teach twice a week, and baby Alondra, Sensei Murphy's daughter, just finished like
wow.
doing every couple days.
Nah,
She
for
comes in
real.
and jumps in. So, dude, we're
Wow,
gonna shoot a live one day, and
that's
you guys gotta
awesome.
see her. She's got her
Oh
uniform, and
man.
man, it's like I said, it's a vibe. Leave the stress outside. Leave the egos outside, and when you come to the dojo, you're here to train. You're here to have fun. You're here to sweat. And the most thing that's most important for us is that you feel good, you perform good, and you train good. That's all that matters for us, man.
Man, that's excellent. Great, man. The school's doing good. You obviously have a great time teaching. This is like your life
Blessed,
right
man.
here. Now,
Dude, Monday
how
to
about
Sunday to
goals?
Saturday.
Yeah, Monday through Saturday. Yeah.
Yep, all the time.
How about goals outside the school, like for sport karate? What are some of your goals? Do you want to win a certain tournament? Overall, get on a team. What are your goals that you have?
I
Your
mean,
biggest
my
goal?
goal since I've been a junior, I mean, like, it's kind of crazy to me. It kind of hit me last week. Since Murphy took a couple days for his daughter's, for a family thing for his daughter. And when he came back to school, I was like, dude, there's no way that freaking Sensei Murphy, the head coach of Team Velocity, because as a kid in the tournament as a junior, I would see him and be like, oh, yeah, that's the Velocity guy.
Yeah,
See him with Michael Reyes
yeah,
and with Juliana doing forms and like all these top fighters, seeing Peyton like start to become, a team Velocity like later in the years. It's like seeing that and then have it somehow full circle come back to me. It's like as a kid, my goal was to be on that team because I mean, dude, Michael Reyes, like now we've grown a friendship, but I met him in the 2011 Pan
wow,
American tournaments,
wow,
and dude, that was like for me, it was like meeting a superstar. And he,
yeah,
I think at the time was 17, but for me, it was like the guy can do
yeah.
XMA, the guy can do point fighting, he can do a traditional
He's
form.
very
So for me, it was
talented.
like he was
Yeah,
like the best. So when I was able to warm up one time with him, it was like, dude, that's crazy. I want to be on that team. So I got the first step. I'm on VFS, the
First
national
step,
team,
yeah.
but man, the goal is to freaking be in that red and yellow, man. The red and yellow is the goal.
Man, that's awesome. But your attitude, you could see it, like your passion, and just you're going to every tournament like this. You're like, that's velocity style, right?
Yeah, it's
You're
like
getting it.
it's like
Yeah,
you're there, you're gonna perform. If it's like they put, like I said, you put a bull in front of me, and that's what I got. That's what I got. I'm gonna give my shot at it, and I'm gonna push to win. I'm gonna push to get my techniques in. I'm gonna be hard. I'm gonna be strong, and that's how it is, man.
yeah, that's true. Hey, Murphy isn't there now, is he? Is he around?
He's kind of in and out. He
Okay.
might be somewhere around here. If
Okay.
you give me
Okay.
a second, I can shoot out and see if he's still on the
Yeah.
mat.
Yeah. See, I want to
All right,
say what's up to him.
all right.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Well, wow, he is not here. He's going out to try to get Murphy. There's a few tournaments that I'm gonna bring up. Let's see. Well, next weekend we got the Carolina Martial Arts uh, Championship, right? Tournament open, and it's August 21st and 22nd. Then you have the Pan American Internationals, right? That same weekend, but it's virtual, and that's gonna be a great one. And then there's some tournaments coming up, Battle of Atlanta, and stuff like that.
Oh man,
No, can't
he
get him.
must have left a couple minutes ago. 'Cause he
Oh, he
shot in and
left.
he kind of gave me the wave. I don't know,
Oh, look,
but
there you go. He said he just left. Yeah, he
yeah,
just
he
left.
just left a couple minutes ago. But
Hey,
he was
so
here.
the
He.
next the
Hmm.
next one that they're doing is gonna be at the Blitz Mayan Challenge, right? The next set fights, kind of like the night show for the Blitz Mayan event. Do you think you're gonna be in that? I know you're gonna compete at the tournament, but if you could,
Um,
are you maybe, or you may do the set fight? I don't know, or you may do both. I don't know how that works. If
though I'm definitely gonna compete that day because that's if I'm not mistaken the state championships, and right now I'm by points at least I'm leading in my division. So I want to be consistent and compete in my division. And if I have to do both, I'll do both. But I mean, you were in the last tournament, so
yeah,
I mean, you saw I got kind of hit, and during training for the super fights, I got a couple of hits on my nose. Training with freaking Chris Lee, caught a couple good back fists, and I'm sure it's a
he's
little
fast.
cracked. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a bit cracked. I mean, I'll do what I can to protect it, but see how it works from here to September. Because the way I look at it, if I have to sit out this one, to make sure I'm prepared for the next one. But hey, if duty calls, duty calls. I'll compete in the daytime, and then I'll do my super fight if I gotta defend my title or if I
yeah.
gotta do what I gotta do. I'll get it done.
Yeah, you'll get it done for sure, man.
Yeah, man, for
Hey,
sure.
man, thanks for joining us. It was a great interview, just like Jose Gamba said. I enjoyed myself. I got to know more about you, and I just look forward to having you on again
Definitely, man.
for another tournament. All right, I know it's gonna happen soon. All right, so thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody for watching. Follow this interviews on Point Fighter Live YouTube as well. Okay, so you guys can check it out there too. All right,
If I could, a couple shout outs.
go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
I gotta give the shout out to Coach Sensei Murphy, always putting in that work. If you guys want to put that work in, Haines City's the place to be. Also, shout out to the greatest owner, Sensei Diego, to the people who got me into martial arts, Master Ramos, Eddie Movilla, all the guys that have played their part in my life, always been able to be happy and appreciative of everything you guys have done. Mom, Dad, I've gone through a lot in my life, and martial arts has really, really helped me, man. So hopefully I'll see you again on the show. Maybe after I defend my heavyweight title and
Yes,
continue it.
yes.
Maybe get the heavyweight super fight title as well. Hopefully.
Lots of power, man. Lots of power.
Power,
Right?
baby,
Have a
power.
good